Communication Workers of America, Alliance for American Manufacturing, BioGreen, Clean to the Eye Safe team bring you this Ed Schultz News and Commentary Monday through Friday. Great to have you with us. They shouldn't be called the Republican Party. They should be called the Fatalist Party. Here we go again. And the scary thing about this is that there will be a narrative behind what Ted Cruz is saying collectively that people think, yeah, this is a good idea. Cruz is now saying that he doesn't think that the Republican leadership is serious about defunding Planned Parenthood, so they should connect it to the shutdown. That's right, a government shutdown. We don't have enough money to run the government. The last time they pulled this stunt, it cost the Treasury $25 billion. And so we throw billions of dollars around in Washington as if they're $5 bills when it comes to what the Republicans want to do. But when it comes to the priorities of the American people, they don't have pennies. Let's go to Chris Van Hollen. He's a ranking member on the House Budget Committee. Congressman, great to have you with us.
Ed, great to be with you.
Your thoughts on the possibility of connecting a radical move of defunding Planned Parenthood to a government shutdown. Is this the way it's going to work?
Well, this is a real danger right now. I remember 2 years ago, Ed, when Speaker Boehner at just this time of year said that he was going to be able to stop the Tea Party Republicans from shutting down the government. He wasn't able to do it. Ted Cruz and the Tea Party crew said that they wanted to shut down the government in order to shut down Obamacare, shut down the Affordable Care Act. And they did it for 16 days at great cost to the country. Now these same people, Ted Cruz and the Tea Party, are saying they're going to shut down the government in order to defund Planned Parenthood, in order to hurt women's health programs. And once again, you hear people like Speaker Boehner and Leader McConnell say, we're not going to let this happen. But we heard that before. And at the end of the day, the Tea Party folks have an awful lot of power in both the House and the Senate. So we got a fight on our hands. Once again, they're trying to use the threat of a government shutdown to get their way, in this case, trying to harm women's health programs.
Well, Congressman, what makes it more severe is the backdrop of presidential politics and people in competition for the cameras and the microphones to support their own position. What about that?
Well, that's right. I mean, 2 years ago, we had the spectacle of Senator Cruz reading green eggs and ham on the floor of the Senate. Now you've got a whole host of Republican senators who are running for president who want to use the Senate as their personal stage in their presidential ambitions. And so it looks like they may well be putting, their own campaigns, their own politics ahead of the country. So we need to be ready. We need to let the public know what's going on so that this tactic will backfire.
Okay, this is whole conversation about defunding Planned Parenthood is really a race to the bottom as to who could be the most conservative, isn't it?
Well, that's right. I mean, the reality is that this is all posturing on their part. As people know, the federal government doesn't provide any funds to Planned Parenthood that go for the purpose of women, reproductive health choice to abortion. We're finding out that these videos, in many cases, were fraudulently made. But that's not stopping them from trying to make this an issue. And again, threatening to shut down the entire operations of government, right, that impact veterans, that impact Social Security in terms of the ability to have people on hand to help deliver, support in many cases, and the whole range of other important issues that the federal government carries on day to day.
So what would be the political strategy to combat this, to avert this? Would the Democrats move at all on Planned Parenthood to give these people what they want? I know that's a rather absurd question, but it needs to be asked.
No. We're not going to let the Republicans use the threat of government shutdown to defund women's health, just like we prevented them from using this tactic to shut down the Affordable Care Act.
So this is a Republican fight. It's in the Republican camp, and there doesn't sound like there's any response coming from the Democrats on this, right?
Well, I mean, this is why I think it's important for us to be talking about this right now. I mean, I will help lead the fight against this government shutdown effort.
Sure.
I remember 2 years ago, we had to use a lot of parliamentary procedures to expose the sort of folly of what the Republicans were doing. And, we put an end to it after 16 days, but we don't even want to get it started this time.
Okay. Congressman Chris Van Hollen, great to visit. Appreciate your time. We'll do it again. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ed. Take
You
care.
bet.
Bye.
Chris Van Hollen with us. He's ranking member of the House Budget Committee.